Hello lovely Cancerians, this is Lorien with Wellington Witch. Thank you so much for joining me for your October reading 2020. Welcome to the channel if you're new here, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Ooh, so we have lots of different messages coming through for October at the moment. We do have 2 full moons, we have Mercury retrograde, Mars still in retrograde. So there's a lot, my lovelies. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's coming through for my lovely Cancerians, my sensitive souls. Alright, there we go. I'm seeing a lot of lovely crystal blue for you, so that's really nice. So you have new beginnings. These cards are upside down, so do forgive me for that. New beginnings. I feel like you are ready to embark on something new. You're ready to get there. Let me just see how this plays out. Ooh, sacrifice. Okay. So even though you're ready to start something new, you're kind of hung. This is the Hanged Man. So you're kind of suspended. You are eager to continue. You are eager to step into your new life. You're an old soul and you are understanding that this thing in the world is temporary. You know this is kind of like a cultural reset almost. It's a punishing year for many, and it's kind of like trying to get people to look at things from a very basic point of view, but you are a healer. You're empaths, you are healers. This is first Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, by the way, so you will have a healing aspect if it's in any of those main ones. And I feel like this is kind of difficult because your purpose, in a way, is to understand people, is to heal people through empathy and showing people that they're not alone. What I see here, though, is that you're not able to do that because you're not able to embark on something maybe you've wanted for a while. Awareness, yeah, here. You have the Magician. You have all the tools you need. You're still learning how to work them. Even if you've been in this kind of spiritual path for 20 years, I think you're still learning. We're always learning. If we're not learning, then it means that we're kind of stuck and we're not fulfilling our purpose, really. I think that for many of you, you've got 3 major arcana, so I think for many of you, this is kind of saying, look, you are ready. You are able to go forwards. However, there's still things you can be learning. There's still things that you can be concentrating on. It's still things you can be learning how to access a power, even if you feel like you're not doing anything. It's kind of saying to the present, okay, I understand where I am. I'm happy where I am. I'm where I am for a reason. I need to understand where I am. If you can appreciate it in a weird way, please see if you can do that. I mean, I know not every situation is ideal, but I see what these lessons are giving me. I see what this is giving me. Sometimes the lessons are crap. I get so many people, or used to, saying I'm sick of being taught lessons by the universe. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of being taught lessons. If you're still being taught the same lesson, you haven't learned it yet. That's the thing. I think maybe you're missing some kind of message here. But sometimes things just come through to kind of make sure you've learned the lesson and to reaffirm it, because you're at the risk of going back and making the same mistakes. And again, you have the shadow here, which is the moon, so it's your ruler. So there is some kind of illusion coming through here, or maybe fear of moving on. Yeah, for some of you, you're clinging on to where you are. Your fear of this. There's a fear of moving forwards, yeah, to which the Mercury retrograde could help with. Mars retrograde will not help with. Because it's kind of like Mars is a planet of I want to go, I want to go, I want to go, I want to act, I want to do things. But there's also square Saturn a few times, and also being retrograde, it's not moving in flow. It's not going there. It's actually being suppressed energy. So it's kind of saying to you, hold back. Whereas you can still do stuff if you're being held back slightly. You can still work on some things, reaffirm some things, get more power into your hands of yours. I don't know why hands are very much something that's playing on my mind right now, but it's you concentrating the power, making sure you know how to protect yourself emotionally from other people who may want a piece of you this month. Is something that I feel like some of you are attracting some toxic relationships. I feel like some of you, this is both friendships and workplace and romantic, some toxicity you've attracted in the past. People have just taken from you and not given anything, and you feel very much like, why should I care? You know, why should I care about what's going on here? The interesting thing is that with Mercury going retrograde around the middle of the month, and also there being a new moon in Libra in the middle of the month, this is going to be in your 4th house for Cancerian risings. So this is basically about your home, your roots, you know, the balance of self-care and emotions, and the balance of having that strong foundation. So if you have any people at the moment who may hold you back, if you have any people in your life that will go, that's a stupid idea, what you're doing, you can then kind of surgically remove them from your life, energetically remove them from your life. You know, when people say they need space, it's almost exactly the same height, width, depth of you. So you just need to kind of surgically remove them and wish them well and whisk them away. Because I think that this fear of maybe moving forward, or this fear of somebody isn't being true, you could listen to that. I don't think it's entirely an illusion here. Yeah, love begins. So this is the Ace of Cups. So I think as soon as you're able to kind of release fear and release the energy of other people who have not been your best friend, who have not been there for you, even if it's a family member, you know, mother, father, sibling, child, even if somebody who's not been there for you, you can release them emotionally. You can still love them, but you don't have to love them to excess. You know, keep them deep into your heart chakra. You can appreciate them, you know, for their role that they have played, but you don't necessarily need to keep hold of them for all of your life. So that's, I think, something that's coming through for you. I am going to do a relationship card. But you're taken advantage of quite a few times, maybe in the past. And I think that it's just kind of making sure that that fear of being taken advantage of does not harm any new beginnings, any new love that's coming in, any new start that you have manifested. Don't worry, you know. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so maybe it's something that you're worried. I'd have time to focus on relationships, or I don't have the money to be able to sustain me and another person. It's a fear here that's coming on here. And maybe you're just saying, you know what, I can't be bothered working on a relationship. I have my career. And that's fine, to be honest. Kudos to you. But you have to make room, I think, at some point to entertain the fact that you will need at least friends around you. So you'll have to entertain some relationships. You'll have to kind of look at your attitude to people in that way for the foreseeable future, at least in October. But you do seem to be slowing down mid-October. You seem to be kind of reassessing, reevaluating, which is all Mercury retrograde is about. You don't want to go back in, so I'm going to do you. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, so yeah, new beginnings. But there's something that just feels like you're not ready to have that new beginning. So just think of it as an ending. Think of it as an ending. You're tying things up so you can move on to the next phase. It's not like you have to have the tower energy and completely destroy everything around you so you can move forwards. That's not what it's saying. Just saying you've been through the mill. You've been cracking the whip on yourself for a lot of times, and it just feels like the toxicity energy, the energy vampires, the people that you've maybe cleansed from yourself, you've done some kind of therapy. It just feels like there's something that you've been doing this is now time for you to go, right, hoist up my loins, there we go. Just something that feels like you're ready for something new now. Even if you are still a little bit scared, this is the end of the tough cycle. You've made it to the end. You deserve something new. You deserve something that's going to see you forwards. And this middle card wanted to come through as well. So I'm just going to see what you are. Nothing is set in stone. So yeah, mutable moon. So this is feeling like, you can go with the flow. You don't have to feel like if I start on this new road, I have to understand where I'm going every step of the way. No, you don't. It's kind of just going with the flow, and sometimes that can really scare people. But you are made of water. You can roll with the current. Also, you're not a fixed sign. So, unless of course you have a fixed sign in your main three. But to me, this is just you having fun with something, you playing something, you seeing and having a feel of what's out there, you reaching out energetically and going, oh, nope, I'm going to try another direction. It's not set in stone. For some of you, I'm getting the impression that this is a year 1 out of the 9-year cycle. So you could be seeing things coming through, setting up the next 9 years for you here. But I just get an impression that there's a fear of something new. There's a fear of maybe failing at it. There's a fear that it won't be what you anticipate, won't be what you've wanted for all this time. But just understand that this is something that is going to be what you need, if at all possible. Hello, little fly friend. There's a little fly friend walking around here. It's quite hot today, so we've had to have the windows open and everything. You having some tarot? Mind the candle, please. See, I get called Snow White all the time because I talk to animals, I talk to insects. I go, oh no, hello, Mr. B, and just doing random things. People don't understand why I do that. So I think maybe something is you're not your fear of being misunderstood, maybe, or fear of people going, what? You empath? Why do you understand everything about me? Who are you? There's something that seems to be kind of annoying in being misunderstood, and I understand that for you. But I do think that nothing is set in stone. You can afford to play, you can afford to experiment, and you can afford to see where you want your new beginning to be before you set out on it. It's not like you're going to be shoved out the door and expected to fend for yourself. The end of the tough cycle's approaching. You have everything in your arsenal to do this. It's just a case of understanding little baby steps if you want. It is up to you. I do think love begins means more that it's your self-love and it's the source of the river. If this is a source of a new river here. So you're feeding a new emotional current within yourself. And that is the way maybe that you have to think of yourself, emotional current. Where are you getting the source of this emotional current from? Is it love for yourself? Or is it love from other people that, they can cut off the source sometimes? So I think if you have love for yourself, it's going to be an ever fulfilling source. It's going to always flow. Well, I hope that made sense to you, my lovely, lovely Cancerians. Let me know in the comments below how October treats you. In the meantime, sending you so many blessings. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.